Hey everybody, I want to tell you about an awesome trick while you're compounding paint that can get to almost every scratch.
1, 2, 3.
It's something that Yvan Lacroix taught during a recent Opti Coat Certification training.
We're going to go speed 5, and I'm going to put about 5 pounds of pressure.
And I want to tell you about the 5-5-5 method for getting out deep scratches. Now you may ask, well, why do I care? Okay, well look at this. Let's, can you see what I see? Through some of the O&R residue, those deep lines, those scratches. I hope you can. And then take a look at this panel. I've probably gotten rid of about 90% of the scratches. I was a little bit less aggressive here. I'm not quite sure what this plastic substrate is, so I went at it with a light polish. So I've left a little bit here, so I didn't actually use compound on this particular surface because I wanted to be rather safe instead of sorry, right? It's compounding paint, and the last thing you want to do is mess something up. Don't ask me how I know. But there's a little bit left here, right? So we didn't get to perfection. I'm gonna actually coat this panel, but when you look at the scratches, like right here, right there, right there, right there, you can see that scratch there. So it's a new Ford Raptor, but the scratches along both sides are real. The owner did drive through some wooded area, and he said it was for some real estate home that he was showing, and it was a surprise that he was going there, and he won't do it again because I said, hey, a coating is not going to prevent nasty scratching like this if you take it through the forest again. But he assured me that was a one-time thing. I don't sell coatings on scratch resistance, although they are somewhat scratch resistant. You got to use common sense. So I'm going to show you a little bit about the 5-5-5 method right now.
I'm going to go speed 5, and I'm going to put about 5 pounds of pressure. But I'm only going to do so for 5 seconds. We call this the 5-5-5 method. You've got a car. There's no need to compound the whole vehicle. There's only 10 or 12 scratches in the car. Why compound the whole surface when there's only 10 or 12 scratches? Just compound those 10 or 12 scratches and then polish the rest. Level it out. So we have a deeper scratch. This one here.
You guys all see it? Which one? This or
Yeah,
that?
this one.
Okay.
The big guy.
The big guy.
I don't want to remove that scratch.
Okay.
I want to round over that scratch to make it less perceptible to the eye. What I'm going to do with the 5-5-5 method is I'm going to apply 5 pounds of pressure for 5 seconds at speed 5.
Do you want 5 pounds of pressure, speed
Basically,
5.
I want the backing plate to still turn. If it stops turning, back up on the pressure. But it works out to be about 5 pounds of pressure compared to my 1 finger under. So to me, that's a lot of pressure. And then speed 5 as opposed to speed 3, but for 5 seconds. I won't create any heat. It's before it creates heat. So I'm not damaging the paint. And I'll only do half of this so we see the before and after. So I've rounded that over, but now I've got this area of micro marking. Correct?
Yeah.
Yay. I love when you
No, but you reduce the appearance of that scratch. There's no doubt about it.
Now, initially, would that just scare the crap out of you to see that?
That's something, that's like, okay, step 1, now I adjust step 2.
Okay.
Like there's times
Yeah,
you
that-
need to make it look worse.
Okay.
That shouldn't freak you out. But I know why it would as someone who's never done it before. that speed 3 standard
Speed 3,
Opti
no
protocol?
pressure.
Okay.
Now, notice you got that out with the pad that you came up with, right? Is that what something we'd
Yeah.
recommend for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we rounded it over, but we
nice.
don't have that white anymore.
God, that does look better.
And we haven't reduced the thickness of the paint at all.
You know, I've got my hyper compound on the pad. I could do speed 3. Now that's a lot better. I don't know if this light's helping or hurting. Okay, that's not gonna help. Do you see right? Do you see right there? Follow my finger. And then obviously you can see the scratches over to there. Right there. What else do I see? Right here. See that scratch still under there? So now I'm going to show you the 5-5-5 method as per Yvan Lacroix's instructions and probably butchered by me. Speed 5, 5 pounds of pressure, which I don't think I'm the right person to teach that, and 5 seconds. So you pick your spot, because obviously you're going to heat up your paint by doing this. You don't want to heat it up too much. So let's just say, really obvious scratch here, and I'll just do speed 5, 5 pounds of pressure, 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if you can see that, but check that out. The scratch is right there. I'm trying to get the light right so you can follow it. Yeah, the scratch is right there. 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 And if it's still there, it is so minuscule. But in that spot, 5-5-5. Own our dampened rag. Alright. So the paint is fairly dry now. I can still see scratch, scratch, scratch here. And then it disappears. And then the scratches reappear. It's not as bad here where I compounded compared to here, where I haven't touched. But this is clearly the method. So the way that I do this is I kind of just turn it into compounding really slowly on speed 5. Because if you have this much ground to cover, you want to honor that method and do it the way Yvan instructed. So like, I don't want to reinvent it. But if you have a lot of ground to cover, yeah, you can do 5 and then move. I was just doing like 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds. And I mean, to me, this is like better than wet sanding. And it's apparently safe. And I mean, I just am afraid to push the limits. But for 5 seconds, speed 5, 5 pounds of pressure, you can do that. And there she is. the finished product. I don't see scratches, do you? You may not see scratches here, but you may want the direct sunlight test. So let's walk her around. Let's look at direct sunlight. Now, perfection, that's not going to be perfection.